Welcome to day 22 of my 8-week fat loss journey. That means it is now day 1 of week 4. End of this week will be halfway and it is time to step things up a gear.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
I need to go fast. Okay, here is where I am at. My combination of a calorie deficit to drop weight, lifting heavy to maintain muscle, and racing obstacle course events every weekend is a mix that is as incompatible as The Rock and hair.
Dwayne Johnson.
Ridiculous. Here's an example. Last week I had to back off the heavy weights on Wednesday, so I was able to race hard yesterday. But I need to up the calories on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so I didn't go into that race low on energy. So the lifting and the food deficit is sacrificed for the race. But I can't not race.
Nothing else matters.
Everything is conflicting and nothing is optimal as a result, including the rate of fat loss. So the solution is to back off, slow down and be sensible. No, it's not.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
It's fasting time. Motivated by my own video from last week on how we eat too much, I'm doing a 48-hour fast. That means water, black coffee only, 0 calories from 11 AM yesterday until the same time tomorrow. Fasting benefits, plenty of studies done on this stuff. The list is long, so even if half of them are wrong, there is still an awful lot of good there. Improved brain function, lower blood pressure, reduced inflammation, increased insulin sensitivity, better digestion, and the one that everybody gets excited about, living forever. Studies have shown that fasting is a way to trigger autophagy in the cells of the body. Grossly simplified, slowing down the digestive process allows the cells to focus on self-regeneration. It's not quite the same as living forever, but it is still pretty darn cool. For those reasons, I do a 2-day fast a few times a year, on top of daily intermittent fasting that I do 80% of the time anyway, by just leaving breakfast until later in the day than normal people. And if we all know one thing here, doing the opposite to normal people is probably going in the right direction. But why right now? 2 reasons, physical and mental. Physically, I know it is a super simple way to have a big calorie deficit that doesn't cause muscle loss the way lesser deficits that are sustained over a longer period can. And so that will bump up my fat loss as my body sustains itself on stored fat in the absence of food. And most of the bigger health benefits are supposed to kick in after 24 hours, hence doing 48 hours. Mentally, and arguably way more important, I am feeling really good right now. I feel strong, fast, healthy. I came 4th in the race yesterday and very much in control of 99% of what I'm doing, even when what I'm doing is daft activities that clash with each other. But that 1% is the tiny bit of my brain saying, hey, you've lost a chunk of weight, you're looking okay now, have a few extra snacks. Now, I've been here before, I've got lean enough before, and then given up before really pushing what I could achieve. Basically, I gave up at just good enough. So here's my thinking. When I'm in a race and I'm struggling on a hill climb, I will dig down and run hard up that thing to show it that I'm in charge of how fast I'm going, not the gradient. The hill is not the boss, I am, even though that is stupid and inefficient. Anyway, in the same way, today I'm reminding me I'm in charge of what I eat. Not that 1% of my brain, that is not the boss. And just like those races, when I get to the top of the hill, the motivation from having kicked the arse of the climb, or my 1% up here, will provide forward drive to more than make up for the inefficiency, if there is any, of what I just did. Because health and fitness and life is not always about doing what is best, what is most efficient. It's sometimes just doing about what makes you feel best. Perfect example yesterday, going through the woods, I'm tired, there's a runner sat on my back, he's 20 yards behind me, there's no one else around. It's very easy for someone to follow that close and just get pulled along, while I have to then just set the pace and worry about him going past whenever he wants. I didn't want him there. So I think, screw this, I go full Wolverine. I fly through the forest, stupid quick, smashing into stuff, bashing against trees. A few minutes later, I look back over my shoulder, can't see him. And the buzz of having, in the nicest possible way, leaves me able to keep up my speed, despite now being more tired than I was, blood dripping everywhere from running through things. I just felt great. So how is it going? 24 hours in. How do you bloody think it's going? I could do with some food. Actually, it's not going that bad at all. The secret to fasting and not feeling like you're fasting is lots of fluids, electrolytes, and moderate activity, if for no other reason than to occupy your brain. So I am about to lay some flooring in my daughter's new house because she's completely incapable of doing it herself. It wouldn't be too big a deal, except one, it is incredibly hot today. Hence I'm dressed for the beach. The other slightly more concerning issue is that she owns what is quite possibly the ugliest cat in the world. Where'd this thing go? Ugly cat. Ugly cat. I think it hates me. Feelings mutual. So where am I at? After yesterday's obstacle course race, I had a Huel protein shake, 400 calories and high protein straight after the race at 11 a.m. Prior to that, I had a 400 calorie high carbohydrate snack prior to running. So 800 calories consumed yesterday and probably burned a good 800 calories on the race itself. Not eaten since. It's now 11 a.m. So 24 hours in, feel fine. Gonna get on with this, and that should take me a good, I'm gonna do about 4 hours worth, which will take me up to 3 p.m. So that was yesterday. It is now Tuesday, 10 a.m. So 47 hours of fasting done, and I feel absolutely fine. In fact, I feel really, really good. Today was the first day in weeks, if not months, that I woke up and didn't think about having some food. So let's just take a moment to tick off the last 2 reasons why I like fasting. 1, it lets you know what you're really feeling, because here's how hunger works, at least how it works for me. After a meal, there's a window, an hour long maybe, where I want more food. I want it. What I ate was not enough. If I don't eat, that will continue for 6, 7, 8 hours. My brain, my hormones, my insulin levels, all triggering thoughts that I must consume something. On race day Sunday in the evening, my body was already low on glycogen from racing. There were very few carbs in that Huel shake I had afterwards. So I'm getting low on immediate energy resources. My family are also all snacking on stuff. I wanted food badly. But yesterday I woke up a bit better, and by the time I was stuck into laying that flooring, all of those fluctuating brain signals had gone. I just had a very slight, oh, I'm hungry feeling from my stomach, but I felt it here in my stomach, not up here in my head. And that didn't change. No better, no worse over the rest of the day. I watched TV last night without food for the first time in months. Felt absolutely fine. Right now I feel good. Almost tempted, in fact, to delay starting to eat just to see when the feeling changes. I won't, because I've got a really busy week, and so I do need to eat. Anyway, it serves to remind me of the difference between want and need. Most people have never gone 2 days without eating in their life ever. So as a result, they have no idea what needing food feels like. They give wanting too much control. They mistake it for needing. It's like covering up the bottom half of the fuel gauge in your car. You have no idea where empty really is. You assume you're going to conk out any second, so you just keep filling up all the time with fuel, lugging it around unnecessary weight. Most people think really wanting is really needing, that they'll starve if they don't eat for 48 hours. No one normal is dying of starvation after 2 days. Have you seen Castaway? It takes that guy a week to get into a coconut.
Can we get serious now?
So I want to know where my limits are, where my empty actually is, which brings me on to the second reason, which is so important, knowing my limits. In the past, I've sold a car, and when tidying it up inside for the buyer to come and see it, I'll come across the owner's manual for the first time ever, flick through it and then find a function I didn't even know it had. I'm about to sell it, never having had a chance to play with the whatever, automated lumbar support or something. I don't want to not know what I can do. How fast can I run? How much weight can I lift? How many watts can I get out of that bike? How much food do I need? And how much control do I have over that 1% up here? I think there are numerous health benefits to fasting and positive gains to be had. But even if there aren't, if it's just a metaphorical sprint up a steep hill in the middle of a race, I want to test myself anyway, see what I can do. Not everything has to be optimal. Is me running ultra marathons at 220 pounds the best thing in the world for my joints? Doing heavier and heavier deadlifts as I'm getting older, is that good? Who knows? Who cares? This weekend I have back-to-back Spartan races. They don't put monkey bars on the course because swinging is the best way for me to be. They are there as a challenge. And right now I feel great. I've accomplished my challenge. I've reminded myself what I can do. I've reminded myself what hunger feels like and that I'm in control. I'm probably doing things very likely good for me anyway. And just like getting to the top of the hill, renewed motivation now to push on. Okay, we are there, 48 hours and 3 seconds. And with actually very little hunger as such, I'm gonna jump in the kitchen and grab my first meal of the day. Okay, so we've got protein shake and pita bread stuffed with sprouts. Sounds very vegan, doesn't it? Buckle up. I grew them myself. Sounds even more vegan. I'm sticking them with everything at the moment, going for a sprouts with everything phase. Basically, what I want post-fast for a meal is a bit like what I want post-workout for a meal. Protein for recovery and a very easy to convert to glycogen carbohydrate source to replenish depleted reserves. No fats though. I've read lots on this subject and it seems the general consensus is that having fat in this meal, when I'm going to get a big insulin spike from the carbohydrates, having had none for a while, is not a very good idea and can easily convert the fat into stored body fat. Whether that's actually right or not doesn't matter. This will be ample for what I need right now, which is just to get some food and energy inside me. Going to give it about an hour's time, so just after midday-ish, and then have a banana, and then hit the gym around 1:30, 2 p.m, and then have a proper meal after that. And yeah, weirdly, looking forward to eating it, but not feeling hungry for it, not craving it at all, certainly not in the way that I would have done normally. It's very odd how the body just settles down as long as you give it enough time to do so. And done at the gym. Deadlifts felt good today. Actually, no energy issues at all. Going to have a normal lunch now, around 600 calories, and a 10k recovery run, around 5 today. Small supper after that tonight. Important not to go mad and obviously ruin the results I built up, or stress my system as it starts back up again after a well-deserved rest. Tomorrow, back to normal calories, which is a roughly 500 a day deficit, but a slight increase in carbohydrates that grows over the week, ready for Spartan come Saturday and Sunday when I'm running the double on both days. Right, before I forget, update photos from days 20, 21, 22 and today 23. I should add at this point, I've not mentioned my weight at the start or end of the fast because, to be honest, it is largely irrelevant to me. Suffice to say, I did drop a good few kilos, but the vast majority of that will be water lost as the glycogen that it's stored with gets depleted over the 48 hours. I'm under no illusions that I needed to burn 3 kilograms of fat in order to lay some flooring in my kid's bedroom. But with those reduced glycogen levels that will now need to be replaced by the food that I eat in the coming days, while I'm still training and using glycogen, that should cause my body to rely on stored fat for energy more. Again, that is a grossly simplified explanation of fat loss and its relationship to fasting, but in case you hadn't realised, this channel is often about what makes you feel good enough to get after your goals, rather than the intricacies of the science behind everything that you're doing. Within reason, if Ben & Jerry's made you feel good enough to get after your goals, I'd probably not advise that approach. Bottom line, when I look at my photographs from after the race on Sunday, with the tentative start of a 4-pack, I don't care about glycogen reserves, I don't care about insulin resistance or optimal protein thermogenesis. I just think, oh, I look better than I did and I feel great. Any questions about fasting or any other aspect of what I'm doing, just stick them down in the comments and I'll try and pick up on them in the next video update. And obviously anything you want to see a video on, tell me. Also, please like and subscribe because positive numbers there literally fuel me to keep making these. Right, I'm out of here. See you next time.